Hello, everyone. On this podcast episode, I'm going to talk about atheism again because I was just scrolling through TikTok. Scrolling through TikTok and I just found a page of an atheist. I found a page of an atheist and I usually block atheists. Why? Because it's pointless to watch liars. When you see a liar, right? Instead of arguing and fighting with them, it's best to just walk away. Just walk away from liars. There's no need to argue and fight with them, you know. So usually when I come across a page of an atheist, I just block them. Simply because the Bible tells you to seek peace and seek happiness. Stay away from trouble. Stay away from violence. A good man is a man who cherishes his well-being and safety. A good man is a man who seeks peace and tries to make his life as peaceful as possible. People who chase after violence and murder, people who chase after happiness aren't good people. They're people who crave violence. They're people who crave, fights, and all these negative things. If you're someone who likes to argue and fight, if you chase after things that'll harm you, it's only a matter of time before you get harmed. Stay away from things that you know will harm you. Stay away from fights. Stay away from arguments. Stay away from bullying people. Just live your life. Stay away from drama. Drama leads to arguments. Drama leads to fights. Fights leads towards death or imprisonment. So the best thing to do is just avoid people that irritate you. Avoid liars. Avoid fools. Avoid lunatics. Avoid people who crave violence. Avoid people who love to start arguments and fights. Avoid people who like to start drama. Avoid atheists. If you're someone who's wise, you'll know that the path of an atheist is the path of a fool, the path of a lunatic. Avoid atheists because they aren't wise people. They aren't smart people. Wise men are not atheists. Atheists are not wise people by default. Even the word atheist, like I stated in previous episodes, the word atheist means anti-theist. The word a in atheist means to negate theism. The word a negates theism. That's why there's theism, people who believe in God. There are theists, people who believe in God. Then there are atheists, people who negate the belief in God. People who don't believe in God are atheists. The word theist means God's man. The thee there means God. Because the Hebrew translation for the Hebrew word for God is El. And another translation for El is thee. Even the Spanish word for thee is El. E-L. That's how you spell El, the Hebrew word for God. E-L. That's how you spell the Spanish word for thee. E-L. El Chapo. El Pollo, the chicken. The word El means thee. The word El means God. A theist is known as God's man because the ist in theist means man. Just like someone who studies biology is a biologist. The ist implies man. Someone who studies chemistry is a chemist. The ist in the word chemist means man. Someone who studies physics is a physicist. The ist implies man. And someone who believes in God is a deist. The ist implies man. The word deist roughly translates to God's man. That's what the word translates to. Because the word thee means God, and the word ist or ist means man. Deist. And the person that's known as God's man is Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the Son of God, the man of God. So the word deist implies Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ was a deist. Jesus Christ believed in God because Jesus Christ was the Son of God. And an atheist, right, is anti-deist, anti-Jesus Christ, antichrist. The very word atheist translates to antichrist. If the very word themselves is the biblical figure that that you should be careful of, you shouldn't go after them. There's nothing more antichrist than telling you not to believe in God. The entire atheism movement tells you not to believe in God. It's trying to take away God from this world. There's nothing more antichrist than that. They are the very definition of an antichrist. They're trying to ruin the world. In the head of an atheist, religion is evil. There shouldn't be religion in this world. And that's why I don't see them as logical people. Why? It is illogical to say this world shouldn't have religion. It is illogical to say religion in this world is illogical. Religion in this world is wrong. Why? Because human beings, from all the way from our ancestors to now, have always been religious. It's not a coincidence that human beings are religious. It's not. Human beings were born religious, just like human beings were born to breathe air. We were born religious. The very world around you, the very world around us created humans to be religious. The world created human beings to be religious. That's why humans are religious. We were born to be religious. That's why there have been so many studies that that studied the history of humanity. And guess what? The common theme amongst humans is religion. We've always been religious. We have always been religious. Humanity and religion comes together. They can't be separated. Removing religion from the world is no different from removing air from the world. Humans were born to breathe air. Humans were born to be theists. We were born to be religious. That's why we're religious. It's not a coincidence. If the world didn't give us the ability to be religious, we would not be religious. If the world didn't create us to be religious, we will not be religious. Yet atheists keep trying to say that the natural state of a human being is wrong. It is wrong to be a human being. If that isn't illogical, what is? They're trying to tell you it is wrong to believe in God. When you were born to believe in God, just like you were born to breathe air, just like you were born to drink water, just like you were born to eat food, human beings were born to believe in God. That's why we believe in God. The very world itself created human beings to believe in God. If the world didn't create us to believe in God, we would not be believing in God right now. Even these so-called atheists, guess what? The ones who will tell you the truth will tell you when they were born, for many years of their lives, they were theists just like us. They were religious just like us. But at some point in time, they changed. They became atheists. And now, after becoming atheists, they start telling us that being a human being is wrong. Breathing air is wrong. Drinking water is wrong. Eating food is wrong. Believing in God is wrong. Don't you see there's a problem there? They keep telling you being a human being is wrong. A human being was born to be religious. That's why we were religion. That's why we are religious. And we have always been religious. And that's a fact. Human beings have always been religious. Because we're created by the world itself. The world is our creator. So, because the world is our creator, the world wants us to believe we were born. We were created by a creator. Because the world created us. It created us with the desire to search for our creator. The world created human beings to seek their creators. That's why human beings believe in a creator. We were created. That's a fact. We were created by the world itself. The world around you, the world that powers everything you see, created you. So we were created. We were created by the world. That's why we believe in a creator. And it's a fact. It is a fact that we believe in God. It is a fact that we've always been religious. And it's a fact that the world created us. You have to accept that the world created you. Nothing else created you. Because the world itself is God, the biblical God. That's why human beings have always been religious. Because God, who created us, wanted us to be religious. The Bible tells you God is omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. That's the very definition of the world itself. Everything is the world. That makes the world omnipresent. Because the world is omnipresent, it has to be omniscient, and it's naturally omnipotent. The world is omniscient because the rules work everywhere. If the world wasn't omniscient, the rules would not work everywhere in the world. The rules that govern this side of the world, the scientific principles that govern this side of the world, govern every side of the world. Why? Because the world is omniscient. It governs its own rules because it's the creator of the rules itself. The creator of the rules governs its rules. Otherwise, the rules won't work. If the world wasn't aware of its own rules, the rules will not work. It is because the world is aware of its own rules. That's why the rules are always working everywhere. The world is omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent. You can't be more powerful than the world because the world is you by default. Through the world, all things exist. And the Bible tells you, through God, all things exist. God is the world itself. That's why God is omnipresent. When you become omnipresent, you become the world. When the world created humans, it's only natural for humans to believe in God because the world itself is God. The world itself created human beings to believe that it exists. And there's nothing wrong with that. When the world created you, it's only natural that the world will want you to believe it created you. Is that a lie? When the world created, because the world created humans, that's why humans believe in God. That's why humans have always been religious. Because the world itself wants humans to be religious. The world itself is God. That's why God is omnipresent. You can only exist through God. The Bible tells you, you can only exist through God. Human beings can only exist through this world. The thing that makes up our body is the world itself. The thing that makes up our minds is the world itself. The rules that govern everywhere in this world is the same rules that govern the human body. Because everything is one. Everything is God. You can only exist through God. When you can only exist through God, what we see as the world is the body of God. Because everything can only exist through God. And it's a fact. You can only exist through this world. Is that not true? Your mind can only exist inside this world. We don't know anywhere else where your mind can exist. Any thought you can have, any imagination you can have, is still part of this world. Your thoughts, your mind, all your imaginations, all your fantasies can only exist inside this world. Because only this world exists. Everything can only exist through this world because only this world exists. That's why God, the God of the Bible, tells you, I create all things. I create all existence because only I exist. The world creates all things because only the world exists. The Bible shows you, and the scientists tell you, everything in this world is made up of matter. Everything in this world is made up of energy. You see atoms, you see planets, you see galaxies, you see all these different life forms. Yet all of them is still just energy. All of them is still just the world itself. It's just an illusion created by the world. All these little atoms, planets, galaxies, and etc. are just illusions. The thing that's powering everything is still the same thing. It is the same thing that's powering everything. Because you can only exist through God. God is the thing that's powering the whole world. Just because things appear different does not mean they're different. Just because a human being appears different from the planet does not mean we're that different. The same atoms you find all over the planet is the same atoms in the human body. It would just appear different. Every single atom you can find inside a human being are the atoms you can find on Earth. You walk past them on a daily basis. You even breathe them in. Yet the same thing that makes up your body, the thing that makes you alive, are these very atoms. These very atoms filled with energy. Although everything looks different, it is the same. It's an illusion. You can only exist through God. God is the world itself. What you see as the world is God. Yet atheists keep telling you, your natural desire to believe in God is wrong. Humans have always been religious. Saying that it is wrong for humans to be religious, it's no different from saying that it's wrong for humans to breathe air. We were born to breathe air. We were born to be religious. This is why I call atheists illogical. Because they keep trying to tell you that the only logical choice is illogical. The only logical choice is to believe you were created. Because you were created. You were created by the world itself. And the world itself is God. You were created by the world, and that's a fact. Nothing else created you. The world itself created you. And that's how God creates things. God creates things through himself. You can only exist through God. Things can only come into being through God. Meaning, everything in this world is God. That's why God is omnipresent. Because everything in this world is God. What we see as the world is the body of God himself. So do you think it's a coincidence that human beings believe in God? It's not. Human beings have always been religious because the world itself wants us to be religious. The world itself wants us to believe in God because the world itself is God. Do not be deceived by liars. Atheists are liars. If they can't use lies and manipulation to get you to do what they want, to get you to believe that being a human being is wrong. They can't use lies to deceive you into thinking that being a human being is wrong. They start to use violence and trickery instead. This is why I tell you, stay away from liars. Liars don't like being called out. Liars don't want people to know they're liars. They will deceive you endlessly. And they'll try to bury the truth. Because that's the purpose of a lie. The purpose of a lie is to bury the truth. And the truth is, human beings have always been religious. Since human beings have always been religious, the natural state of a human being is to be a theist, is to be religious. That is what we were born to be. No matter how much you lie to yourself, that human beings are meant to be atheists, facts will always prove you wrong. The world created human beings to believe in God. That's why human beings believe in God. It's a fact. We were created to believe in God because the world itself is God. Do not be deceived by liars. Stay away from liars, stay away from bullies, and stay away from fools. Every time I watch an atheist make up, an argument against God, it is always something illogical and foolish. They don't understand what God is. They don't read the Bible carefully. They don't understand anything about the Bible in any way, shape, or form. They don't understand the very book they're mocking and insulting. They don't understand it at all. That's the mindset of a fool. The mindset of a fool is someone who mocks something he doesn't understand. They don't understand the Bible. Wise men aren't atheists. They can't be. People who are wise will know that they were created. They were created by the world itself. Fools are the ones who believe they just came up by random chance. The world didn't create them. They just created themselves. They created themselves. That's the mindset of a fool. You didn't create yourself. The world did. The world created you because the world itself is God. Do not let liars deceive you. Stay away from liars. Stay away from manipulators. Many atheists are too busy chasing after money. If they can get enough followers, they can get enough, likes and they can get enough likes and retweets and all these social media things. They get enough followers, they can start, selling them books, useless books that deceive them. They can start, they'll create a Patreon, they'll create a subscription page where they can make money from. When you can make money from lying to others, there's no longer a need to tell the truth. It's easier to lie than it is to tell the truth. That's why atheists lie all the time. Because when you gain benefits from lying, there's no longer a need to tell the truth. If you can deceive someone into becoming an atheist, you can make money from them. You can sell atheist books. You can sell atheist gadgets, tools, gizmos. You can sell, seminars. You can sell, there's so many things you can sell. Tutorials, guides. There's so many things you can use to make money. As long as you have an audience, you can make money from an audience. As long as you have a loyal followers, a loyal list of followers, there's too many ways to monetize them. Because atheists can make money from lying to you. And they have no other way to make money. Of course they'll lie to you. When they have no other way to make money, they'll only do what they can. And what they can is a lie. They only know how to lie because that's how they make their own money. That's how they get all these, that's how they can come on TV shows talking about atheism. They get paid to debate other atheists. When you can get money to debate Christians, when you can get paid to debate Christians, you will debate Christians all day without making any logical sense. Why? You get paid to it. You get paid for it. When you get paid to lie, there's no longer a need to tell the truth. When you get benefits for lying, people no longer desire the truth. And that's the path of an atheist. That's the path of an antichrist. They don't care about the truth because they can make money from lying to you. When you can make money when you can make money from lying to others, there's no longer a need to tell the truth. That's why you need to be careful of atheists. These money hungry people do not deserve your attention. There's no need for them to come out telling you that atheism is correct, because there's no benefits for being an atheist. None. Zero. So the only benefits there is money. They can make money telling you that, to believe that, that being religious is wrong. They'll do it all day. They'll lie to you all day. That's why you need to be careful. There are too many liars in this world making money from lies. This is why the Bible warns you. This is a world of lies. You gain far too many benefits lying to people. It's so easy to make money being a scammer. It's so easy to make money being a liar. It's so easy to go to hell. Do not allow these liars, to manipulate you. Do not be deceived by these fools. They gain too many benefits lying to you. That's why they keep lying. That's why the whole atheism movement never ends, because they gain too many benefits from it. There are too many gullible 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds willing to listen to them. There are too many teenagers out there, kids. They're too young to understand the difference between a liar and a truth teller. They don't know the difference between someone who's lying to them and someone who's telling the truth, because they don't know the difference. The moment they meet an atheist who only knows how to mock and insult them for being religious, they'll give up religion immediately. No one likes being mocked. No one likes being insulted. So as long as these atheists mock and insult them enough, out of shame, they'll just stop believing in God and become an atheist. Out of shame. So be careful. Atheists will always lie and deceive you. That's why the Bible calls them the Antichrist. They're the deceptive ones, the liars, the anomaly in this world. They're the problem. But when I say they're the problem, it doesn't mean you should go start a fight with them. It doesn't mean you should go harm them. It's a sin to harm others. It's a sin to bully others. Leave them to their own devices. When people start finding out all they do is lie, they will be the ones whose life will be ruined, not yours. The life of a liar is in a long life. The life of a fool is in a long life. Fools do not live happy lives. Liars do not live happy lives. Atheists do not live happy lives. So that's it for today's podcast episode. I pray for everyone's safety and understanding. Amen.